Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Timmy back again with another video, and you're here. Yes, I'm back again with another video, and it is a review video. As you can see by the title below, I'm going to be reviewing the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation, with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Fresh Wear Foundation. I am so excited to try out this foundation. It is a very popular foundation. Here and abroad, it is a really good drugstore foundation, and I've really been wanting to try it out for the longest time, but I haven't been able to because of its price. Like, okay, so I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form is this pricey. For some people, it might be a very affordable foundation, but it retails. Oh my gosh, that was my bathroom door. It's the wind, but that really just get the fuck out of me. But the price that this retails for, it retails at discount for 225 Rand on the regular. But I got this one on special. It was 20% off. So it was 175 Rand 90, if I'm being that accurate. And so I was just like, girl, buy it now. Because I usually, look, 225 Rand, it retails, I think, at Clicks for 239 Rand. I've also seen it on Superbalist for the same price as at Clicks. It's not like exorbitant amount of money for a foundation. It's not like 400 Rand for a foundation. But I have a makeup budget, guys. I have to have a makeup budget monthly, because otherwise I'll be broke. I'll be super duper broke if I don't stick to my makeup budget. And like I've said before, maybe in other videos, I've definitely said so on social media, that I don't like being caught unaware without foundation. I don't want to be like reaching for my foundation in the morning and then it's like I'm scraping at the bottom. I don't want that. So I usually do buy the foundation that I'm trying at that particular point in time in bulk, not bulk. I'll just buy 2 of them. Like I have, where is it? So I did buy my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. I'm back to it, just because I think it's more matte than the Maybelline Superstay foundation, and it is very hot, so sweat, and this was really very good during the summer months for me last year. So I'm sticking to this. I've gone back to it, but I still have my Maybelline Superstay foundation. Funny enough, this is the color 330 for the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. It's the color Toffee. It's 330. It's the exact same number as the one that I have in the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. It's the color Hazelnut, but it's the color 330, which is like, I don't know, coincidence. Cool. But I have a makeup budget, guys, so I feel like I really cannot be spending basically 400 Rand in 1 month on a foundation. But I just might, okay, because I must be honest and say that I did swatch this when I got home, because I did swatch it in the store, but you know how the store lighting is in discount, guys. So I wanted to try it on at home. I put a very thin, super teeny tiny thin layer on my face, and your girl was shook.
I am shooketh.
Your girl was shook and is still shook. You guys will see what I'm talking about. But I applied a very thin layer of foundation, and it is like, it is really like my skin, but better. Like, I am very fortunate enough to not have skin issues. Not too many. I mean, this is my problem area on my face. It's just the pores here are, they whatever over here. But this is my problem area. But the rest of my face. So obviously I want to say that this foundation, it is the, like, almost the exact shade. And it was literally like when I applied that thin layer, I'm like, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing makeup. It just looks like my face is just this naturally flawless. It was just so beautiful. But let's just get into what the product claims before trying it on. So this foundation, I think it relaunched last year. It is now available in 26 shades. And it claims that it delivers a full flawless coverage. And it blends seamlessly onto the face, delivering a natural looking color. It is transfer resistant and should last up to 24 hours, and it should apply effortlessly for even streak-free results. So that's what it says on my paper over here. So what it says on the bottle, again, 24-hour finish, Covers imperfections, no transfer, no shine, no dry out, no mask effects. Okay, and this is the color 330, like I said, and it is only 30 mils. It's a very, I love this packaging. You know, I'm iffy about a pump sometimes. I really am iffy about a pump because I feel like I can't get to the bottom of it, and I really want to use all the products that I bought. But I really do like this packaging. I love the fact that, okay, it's clean. I love the fact that this is black and this is like a color, unlike the Maybelline Superstay one that's white, just gets dirty all the time. So I really like this packaging. It's a simple pump. Y'all can see that over here. And yeah, it says it's made with the new oxygen technology. What that means, who knows. So okay, I talked about the price and I talked about its claims. Let me just talk about the first time that I put this on my face. Even now, when I put it on my face now, I know it's going to happen again. This smells weird. This smells so strange. I don't know. And it doesn't smell pleasant. It's not a good smell. It smells, I want to say chemically, but not maybe like a super strong chemically smell. And I was like, is it my brush? Is it my sponge? And it's definitely not my brush or my sponge. Because I tried, obviously, at the Superstay foundation, the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I've also smelled this one. They don't have any scent, but this one definitely has a scent. And it does go away after some time. It's, you know, but it's just not very pleasant to put on my face and just smell this. You just kind of be like, not really holding your breath. It's not like I'm gonna throw up or anything like that. It's just not a very pleasant smell, but it does go away after some time. So, okay, let me just stop talking and let me put this on for you guys. So, I like to apply it. It is super liquidy. It is liquidy. I know it's liquid foundation, but you get liquid foundations that can be a little bit more thicker and creamier. But this is quite a liquidy foundation. So, I like to apply it with, actually, I put it on my hand. And then, or I apply it directly onto my concealer brush just to you know, dot it on my face. Because I feel like with my finger, it's too liquidy for that. So we're just gonna go in on the brush, not get anything on ourselves, on our new pair of jeans. Okay, it's on. Just gonna get my mirror here. As you guys can see, look at that. It is so, like, it's very, this does not smell great. It just doesn't smell nice. It smells chemically. And please guys, if you've tried this foundation before, and although I really do love it already, if you've tried this foundation before, please comment in the comment section down below if you are smelling the same thing that I'm smelling, because it just smells nasty. It's just not cute. I don't know, I don't like it. But as you can see, it's very, let's just apply it to my entire face. Let's just get another pump. So because this thing is so liquidy, let's just do that. And I actually don't press all the way down. I kind of go halfway, and that's how much is on it. Let's not spoil that. It's super liquidy, but it blends so nicely on my face. And I feel like because it's so liquidy, unlike my Maybelline Superstay foundation, which I actually wanted to, I didn't mention my previous video. I'm trying to find my brush, sorry, which I didn't mention in my previous video, is that the Maybelline one, you better move fast. You better move fast to blend it out, because I feel like it starts to get really thick and not easily movable on my face. Unlike this one is very liquidy, so I can move it on my face even after applying it for some time, like 2 to 3 minutes. It's still easily blendable on my face, and as you can see, this is my skin but better. Like, I wore this the other day. I went to go see a boy. I wore this the other day, and I put again a very thin layer, because I wasn't going for a full on makeup look. I literally just put a primer on my face, a little bit of this, did my eyebrows, eyeliner, went out the door. No baking, no, okay, yeah, there was a little bit of baking, but there was no concealer, no contouring, no nothing. And he was like, are you wearing makeup today? I'm like, I am. It's so minimal. And he's like, it just looks like his skin. I'm like, I know, right? So this is really, I mean, guys, I actually prefer doing this with a brush than with a sponge. The sponge is when I've only used the sponge once when I use this foundation, when I applied more than one layer. kind of tested that out just to see how it worked with the sponge, and because because it's so liquidy, it's very easy to build up if you want more coverage. I feel like though, if you're a person who has imperfections on their skin, like acne scars or just uneven skin tone, you're going to maybe have to definitely like conceal before applying this foundation, because it just one layer won't cover those marks. I'm not sure even with 2 layers it was going to cover the marks, you know. But I have a very small tiny beauty mark. I don't know if you guys can see it there. It's a very tiny beauty mark, and look, it hasn't covered it, and I don't know if the second layer is going to cover it. I can't remember from the time that I applied 2 layers if it's going to cover it, but I don't remember that it did. But I like applying it with a brush, and guys, it's just, oh, let's just take a moment to appreciate how it just suits my skin tone so perfectly. And I actually find it quite strange that the specific color suits my skin tone quite perfectly, because I saw that this was like the very first one of Infallible's very first videos, and she was also in the color 330, and she is definitely lighter than I am, I feel. And it's quite interesting to see that this particular shade suits the both of us, because I thought I'd have to go a little bit darker. But yeah, I mean, it's my face, it's my skin but better, it's my skin but better. So I've been using a Catrice primer. I can't remember the name of it right now, and it's not anywhere near me. I've been using that, but it's supposed to be like pore refining kind of a primer. And I also applied a little bit, like a very small amount of that Essence You Better Work Gym Proof primer. Oh guys, I don't like that primer. It's not a primer, it's sunscreen. Okay, I'm sorry Essence, I really like Essence as a brand, I really like most of their products, but that is not a primer. It is so thick. It's sunscreen. It's SPF 20, so I use a little bit of it on my face when I put on that Catrice primer, because it's just basically sunscreen. That's what, I'm not doing it for priming purposes, I'm doing it for SPF purposes. And I actually apply a little bit of it on my tattoo right here as well. I apply, I'm very pedantic about my tattoo and protecting it from the sun because of the place where it is. So I do apply a little bit of that actual primer on my tattoo, because for the SPF 20. So it's not, so I've only just used that on my face. I haven't applied any concealer, I mean, except for this area here doing my brows. And actually, I'm going to be testing out this foundation. I'm not putting on any concealer because I want to just see how it lasts. I will put on the teeniest, tiniest little teeny bit, like just this much of my Yardley loose powder. I'm actually mixing the caramelized loose powder with a little bit of the Makeup Revolution Luxe Banana powder, just so that it doesn't, the caramelized doesn't affect the overall finish or the color of this foundation. So I'm going to be mixing the two, and just so it can set the foundation so it kind of stays in place. But I don't want to do any contouring or anything of that nature, just for the fact that I just want to see how this foundation lasts. It is cuck hot outside. I will put somewhere on the screen down below of how hot it is outside. So I'm going to be actually running errands. I am also running late anyways for something, but that's besides the point. So let's just apply the second layer, and then after the second layer I'll be doing the rest of my face off screen. And okay guys, so the second layer is on, and as you guys saw, I applied a very tiny more, like a little tiny bit more amount on the sides of my forehead, because I feel like I have slight discoloration there. It is not the same skin tone as the rest of my face. It's just a little bit darker over here and over here. So I just wanted to apply it more because it looked a bit patchy there because of it just wasn't covering that uneven skin tone. But as you can see, like, is it okay? We're gonna factor in that it's hot, but I'm not getting like a shine free finish. I mean, I feel like I'm looking not super shiny, but like, you know, I'm not looking matte. Let's just say I'm not looking matte, and I'm not mad at that whatsoever. It literally just looks like it just looks like I woke up like this. As you can see, it doesn't cover the marks all the way. Okay, I had a pimple here, and the dark patches over here, it doesn't cover them up so much. Like I can see them if you, I mean, if you look close enough and get close enough, you can actually see them. It's not really covering up my mustache area, so going forward I will have to also just color correct and conceal on this area over here. And this is the area where I'm going to apply the most powder, because obviously this part of your face moves a lot. So I just want to put as much powder there as possible to not make it move too much. But we're still going to see if it's non-transferable. I will be seeing a boy today again. That's a discussion for another video. And we'll see if it's non-transferable. I'm not going to, hopefully he's not wearing white. Also, I feel like if I was going to conceal, I would also conceal my under eye area, because I feel like that's looking a bit dark and uneven. But I'm not going to apply anymore. All I'm going to do off camera is literally just apply some eyeshadow, like I said, and a little bit of setting powder, just so I can just and I'll be obviously applying a little bit of setting spray. But that's basically it. I'm already loving this foundation. I will check in with you guys. What is the time now? Okay, it's like 1 o'clock, which means I'm really late. So I will check in with you guys, let's say around about 5 o'clock, and just wherever I am, you guys will see wherever I am. I'll check in about 5 o'clock just to see if it's okay, because then it's not going to be too dark, and that will be about what, 4 hours, maybe. Okay, maybe let's do 5, 6. So let's just give it like a 6 hours, you know, kind of test. So yeah, I will catch up with you guys later. So guys, it is now almost 6 o'clock. It's like 5 to 6, and as you can see, the sun is going down, but there's still a bit of natural lighting. I think this foundation has held up pretty well. Was going up and down Central City and sweating, and I think it's held up pretty well. I even ate. I do feel that if you're a person who's looking for full coverage foundation, this is the foundation for you. You just need to maybe add like 3, possibly 4 layers if you're that kind of a person who likes super full coverage foundation. I think it's definitely the foundation that you can use if you're going for sort of a very natural look. The smell is still, for me, I think that's my only downside of this foundation, is the smell, because also my brush was smelling that way. Like, it's just, and actually now obviously, I mean, I wash my brushes all the time. Wow, that's quite rude. I mean, I do wash my brushes, but like the fact that the smell has stayed on the brush is just kind of gross. I don't know what that smell is about. Hey, I'm going to be looking at, and I didn't see it in any other YouTubers review of this foundation. I didn't see anybody talk about the smell. I'm like, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's this particular bottle that I bought. Will I buy this again, even though it's not going to be on special? Probably when I buy it again, I really would. Hey, I'm sold. Like, oh, but it's a special buy. Like, I think it's the kind of foundation I'm definitely not going to use every day, unless I'm like super lazy and I don't want to do like a full face beat. But because I can just add a little bit of it to cover enough for me to look like a decent human being. But I feel like I definitely would buy it again. The price, it is what it is, but I think it's worth it. It's definitely well worth the price. So if you do have that coin to spend each month, every 2 months, however much you're going to be using the foundation, however much of the foundation you're going to be using, also factor that in. But I think it's definitely well worth the money. It is my first L'Oreal foundation, so I'm actually I think about it, but it's my first L'Oreal product. So I'm quite excited to try other L'Oreal products. They have concealers. I've heard nothing but good things about their setting spray, so I'm willing to try that one out. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a very big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.